Thank you, Saul, and thank you, Noah. I want to just on the daily briefings it deals with the professionals in Israel. It is not, and I think you've seen an unbelievable array of different people that have been speaking to us. But having a person like Noah come on, I just want you to understand the magnitude of the issue and the power of and spirit of the people. 5,000, take in almost 3,000. You just have to take wherever you're living and imagine that over 50% your population grew from 10 days ago with all that is happening. And I will just tell you as a shout out to the Arava, to the Eilot, to the Ramat HaNegevs, to the Mitzpeh Ramons that you heard yesterday from Tali. Their community also grew by almost double overnight. All of the issues from the garbage collection, they had just imagine when you put your garbage out tomorrow, tonight, whenever it is, and you're going to have your double pickup and you miss that one pickup and you now have double the garbage and you got to wait for the Thursday pickup. In the Arava, they have a garbage pickup, but now they have garbage for almost 70% more people that they did not have 10 days ago. I'm giving you those issues because all of that, on top of the education, on top of the feeding the people, on top of the crops and their businesses and their families and their education and the spirit of the people. Noah's on the call, so she could take it back for all of them. We make these calls and you talk to them, and there's not an oy vey in the conversation. It's all about what can we do more. And so it's really about all of us standing up and doing it. The volunteer operation that Hashomer is trying to run with mostly Israelis that are going and trying to be the ones who are working the farms. And we will be having some volunteer experiences. We have to be very organized with it because volunteers experiences is not just having people showing up. There's a lot of work to being a volunteer. There's a lot of preparation and there's a lot of responsibility that everybody has. So we're organizing it. You'll be hearing about it very soon, about opportunities. It's going to start small. It's going to be selective. And we're going to be out there. We're now working with people with disabilities, and we're organizing through our Lotem and our Adi Negevs, our special uniform, our Grofit. By the way, I'll do a shout out for Grofit. If you haven't seen it on social media, Grofit has been running therapeutic writing centers for the people in the southern area of the Arava to Eilat. Now they have even more that they didn't have 10 days ago. And not only that, they're opening up their therapeutic writing centers just as an enjoyment writing center for all the people there. Lone soldiers, we're putting together a fund with Nefesh B'Nefesh. It's going to be a multi-million-dollar fund. I hope we use zero. The reality is there's almost 10,000 lone soldiers from the United States and other places that are in Israel that are today part of the call up. And I'm not talking about the people who made Aliyah. I'm talking about the lone soldiers. Once issues happen, injuries happen, parents want to get to Israel automatically. They may or may not be able to afford it. We are setting up a fund to make sure that no parent has a situation that they cannot come to Israel. We're working through Nefesh on that. We have added 70 people now to our Hod HaSharon campus in Mus. It'll start this coming week. But we're reaching out to our Mus alum that are in Israel, all of our teachers, to put on programming for them, because it's not just that we could give them a place to sleep and a place to eat. We have to also deal with their education and the children, and we're putting that together. But we're looking at how we come together with our people that are in Israel. You want to talk about what to do and where to go. We have an array of people that you have to be utilizing. I'm going to do a shout out for Betsy Fisher and the Gaza Envelope Task Force. You want the greatest speaker to talk about every issue. It's not Gaza Envelope, it's Israel Envelope now, the Israel Envelope. you call on our people to come speak. To parlor meetings, to your synagogue, call on them, call on your professional, ask them to bring one of our amazing people that can come and speak on it. We also have a Jewish National Fund Speakers Bureau. I'm going to have it put in the chat. You can look on there. There are speakers. You have organizations outside of Jewish National Fund and looking for speakers. You have to get the word out. It's what Avi said. We have to get the word out, and we have to get, it is our responsibility. And I'll give that as a point of reflection, is that I had a Zoom call with a JNF Future group. By the way, it was one of the largest turnouts for the JNF Future. Not because of me, because of the situation. So there's something happening out there that our unity, that I will tell you, people questioned 3 weeks ago. And what I am telling you is what's happening today is that people are coming out and are wanting to come and be part of our tent and be part of our conversation. And this JNF Future person said to me, what do I do about posting online? I did it for the first time ever that I posted something about Israel or Jewish on my social network. And I was attacked nonstop. And I said, well, welcome to the club. It's a terrible club to have to be a member of, but it's a great club. So I am telling each and every one of you, if it's Jewish National Fund, if it's the Jerusalem Post, if it's the Jewish National Fund, if it's getting people to join these calls, post online and post the stories. And it's not just the stories about them. Matter of fact, I would ask you, stop posting the stories about them. Post a story about Noah Zer and what we're doing in the Arava. Post a story about what our Macomb communities are doing by helping entertaining the children and helping the families. Post the stories about the spirit, the beauty of the people of Israel and the Jewish people and the work that the Jewish National Fund is doing. Post a story about the Lauder Employment Center that is delivering packages all throughout Israel, and we set it up as a distribution center. Post the stories about our history, being part of the land and people of Israel. And for those that I saw in the chat are looking, we're going to be starting a series with our educators, our Israel educators, to come online, that you're going to be able to join and learn about our 4,000-year history from the land of Israel, from the Jewish people and our connection. And you should know that. And even in the history of the people who lived in the Israel envelope. The first kibbutzim was established in 1943. I want you to hear the numbers, 1943, and it was established on land bought by the Jewish National Fund. And that story of those people who moved to the Israel envelope is truly the story of our Zionist world. So post it and talk about it. Ask people to give and contribute and be part, because the pen is the power that you have right now to make a difference. Our campaign has hit 21 million with 12,500 brand new contributors to our campaign. 12,500 brand new contributors to our campaign. And we are working every day on what is happening in Israel today. But I'm telling you, we are also working on the day after. We are already putting our plans in writing with details, working with the government, working with organizations, working throughout with the kibbutzim and moshavim for the day after, that we can have that reveal moment, that they could go back home and rebuild their lives and their homes, to rebuild what they had and to be able to attract other people to live there. And for our campaign, starting today through next Thursday, we have a new $1 million match that will become from generous contributors, our partners in Denver, Colorado, Bob Lemke, Toby Mower, and the Shauna Glassman Foundation. So all gifts that are made today through next Thursday are matched by these wonderful people. So go out and do. Go out and do. Thank you, Saul.